You have a package.
Undertale started as a Kickstarter in 2013, as well as the demo for people to try, and in 2015 the game fully released. The game was also released on consoles, with PS4 and the PlayStation Vita being first in 2017, and then the Switch in 2018, and finally Xbox consoles in 2021. There was also a planned 3DS and Wii U port, but it never came out due to GameMaker not being supported on those platforms. That was ClickTeam, a very easy mistake to make due to both GameMaker and ClickTeam Fusion being very similar. I think we should go back on topic. What is going on with your computer? I think the Chinese are trying to hack you and steal your data.
What's that? I mean, you're the Pope of the Dalaiism religion. Don't you have something else you need to do? Did you really need to talk about all that? Do you think you'll ever talk about Deltarune?
When they're not making the Sands and Heat comic or the Frisk X Kara lesbian porn, they're on Twitter complaining about the most stupid bullshit imaginable. Undertale is one of those games that you just don't forget. With funny dialogue and the sexiest video game character known to mankind, sans Undertale. There's also the gameplay, which acts like your typical RPG, but you have to, dodge shit with that little heart there. Anyway, the game starts with a stupid kid falling down a hole, and then after some bullshit, Sans happens. I'm not joking, this game is a fucking slog to replay. I should know. I've replayed this game 4 separate goddamn times. There's also the bullshit that you have to do to get some of the damn endings, like the true pacifist route, which I still do not know how to get. And actually, I remember when I was a little kid, I looked up how to get the pacifist route, and there was so much stuff I had to follow that I just said screw it, and imported a save from someone who was already at the last part, because I really wanted to beat the pacifist final boss for some reason. Also, I have no clue why, but you have to beat the game if you want to change your name or something, so the gameplay shows that I'm playing as Obama, because I never beat this game when I last played it, which was in 2022. There's a lot of stuff that happened when I was introduced to Undertale. I don't know how exactly I was introduced to it, though. All I remember is Undertale Vine compilations, and this one fucking comic that was on YouTube, which was a Sans X Papyrus porn comic, where Sans was in heat, and then his brother, fucks him or something. I vividly remember that comic because the person who uploaded that shit to YouTube did not do a very good job of censoring it, because they were using the exact same goddamn colors as their penises. And then I remember trying to look up that comic again a few years later, and all I could find was a Spanish version on Wattpad. Okay, damn. There was this piece of artwork, and let's play I Spy. Is there anything wrong with this image besides the fact that I feel like this guy's cock should be poking out of his pants a little bit? You don't see it? Well, apparently they made this character's ass a little too big. I'm not fucking joking. I literally didn't even know they were there until someone pointed it out. People were making a giant hoopla about this. I remember when Deltarune first came out and people were talking about how much they wanted to fuck the dinosaur. Me too. But for some goddamn reason, 2025 is when people decided, yeah, you know what? We don't want to fuck the dinosaur no more. And we're gonna shame you if you do. The game itself isn't bad if you only play it twice, and the game has a lot of value to it, as well, since it's... The game itself isn't bad if you only play it twice, and the game has a lot of value to it as well, since it's an RPG and has 3 separate endings, and a sequel that I do not care for.